Hey friends, this is Pastor Anthony Wynn.
This is Lisa.
We just want to talk to you a while about worship, about bringing the presence of the Lord into the service. Lisa's like our daughter. She just loves me and Sheila. She worships with us. She's just part of our family, always on our platform. And her heart toward worship just shines. Her love for Jesus shines.
Thank you.
And I felt led for her and I just to talk to you a little bit to encourage you. Because if you preach and Jesus is not there like they do in 10,000 churches, then it's just a meeting to get together. The most important thing is to get the presence of Jesus in the house. Then the preaching is effective. Then the worship is effective. Then the prayer is effective. So you and I, we need to work harder on how to pull Jesus in. And I think worship's the key.
I think so. I think living right's the key too.
Living right. So that's the difference between praise and worship. People can just kind of do anyway and go in there and work up a praise. But worship is a lifestyle. So worship is not nothing you turn on at 7 o'clock. Worship is when you get up, I love the Lord. And when you're in town and nobody's around, I love the Lord. Worship is a walk with Him. What do you think of that?
Yesterday I was reading the scriptures and I come across that scripture about the elders laying crowns at His feet. And I thought, any crown, there's a song that says, any crown I've ever worn, I lay it down. So whenever I begin to think highly of myself, I need to lay that down. I think that's the key to worship, is really focusing off of myself and really focusing on Him. And it's a process. It's hard to do sometimes.
Well, one song says it well, there's nobody greater, nobody greater. So, and exalting Him and lifting Him. To me, as an old country boy, worship is like going and buying a 10-acre piece of ground and you want to build right in the middle of it, but you can't build to it till you get a road. Then when you get that road and get everything cleared out, bring that old big cat dozer in, he clears out a road. I think people come to church, some are fussing, some are depressed, some have bad doctor's reports, some marriage is in trouble, some has a lost child, some about to lose everything. They come with all this pressure. And I think worship literally is a big dozer just going right through the middle of it, clears a road for Jesus to ride in. And when He comes in with His glory, every situation we face turns.
Well, how many times have you ever, you don't live far from the church, but other people that live away from the church, how many times have you ever got into it with your husband, your kids, you're stressed out in the morning trying to get ready for church, and you think, oh my goodness, this is going to be an awful service. You walk in, you feel so condemned. But the presence of the Lord shows up. You get in the car to go home, and everything's fine.
Because you've been in His presence.
You've been in His presence, and you know He's your Father, and He loves you. It's not about anything except how much He loves you.
Friends, they came to church, and they fussed, and they followed all the way to church, just screaming, hollering at each other. So he gets to church, and he's mad. He's all upset, and she worships the Lord, and she cries, and on the way home, he tells her, he says, I'm pretty upset. He said, we really got into it, then you just enjoyed church. And she said, honey, I wasn't mad at Jesus, I was mad at you. So
Jesus didn't have nothing to do with how mean you are.
But worship. And if you look at your own heart and your life, the area the devil fights the most is worship. And for him to worship, every song that makes me feel good don't make him feel good. So if our worship experience could realize it's not about making me shout, because I can shout and the cancer don't have to leave. I can shout and the soul don't have to get saved. I can shout and the battle don't have to turn around, because sometimes I just shout and it makes me feel good. But if I can get Jesus in that service, in His glory, situations have to turn. So if we could realize, if I can, whatever I got to do to pull Him in the service.
A lot of times, this is kind of going a different direction, but a lot of times when I think about getting into His presence, I imagine Him and Adam being in a garden together. And Adam walked with Jesus in the cool of the day, or walked with God in the cool of the day. But I think about Him being in a garden. And sometimes I just have a clear path right to Him and He's there, but sometimes I have to clear out a path. And sometimes I have to look for Him. He might not. A lot of times we have gardens and we have them in different areas. He might not be in that area. He might not be over there. But if I keep going through, I will find the area He's in. And then He's waiting on me. But He likes to be chased.
Well, that's another key right there. Perhaps it's in a certain song or testimony. When you find Him, don't switch real quick. Just keep flowing with that. Just if you find Him in Amazing Grace, If you find him, I want to sit at your feet. Or when you find him, just flow in that, because that's a stream he's running in.
And don't give up whenever you've not met with him yet. Don't. I feel like a lot of times we get up and we're like, don't feel the Spirit of the Lord. Well, we're just going to set this one out and come here next week. But like I said before, sometimes you have to clear out a path. The Appalachian Trail wasn't there always.
Oh, that's good.
They had to get people to come in, and people were dedicated, and they made the path there. And sometimes we have to clear out until we can find him.
And because a few pioneered it, now millions have walked it.
Yeah.
Because a few so when whoever the people, and it's not always the one with the microphone, sometimes it's somebody on the guitar, somebody on the front row, or somebody in the back row begins to worship the Lord, and it just breaks through. I remember that service when Sister Bobby Cross came from the back. She danced down the aisle.
I remember that too.
And I believe everybody in the building got a touch.
I think so too. I remember that.
Everybody in the building, yeah. So this is Brother Anthony, and
Sister Lisa Breadwell.
just want to encourage you, if you'll get Jesus in the house, situations will turn, hearts will be touched, and lives will be changed.
God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.